Happy Easter from Diabetic Daddy 76. It's Easter time. A diabetic's favorite holiday, right? All the sugared goodies you can dream of. The weather's appropriate, is it not? Okay, so here we are. It's actually the day before Easter. And a good friend of mine this morning was diagnosed with diabetes. It's kind of a hard thing to hear the first time. And what better way to visit him in the hospital than by bringing a basket of goodies that are both Easter fun and diabetic friendly. Now, at the risk of becoming kind of Martha Stewart-ish in your eyes, I'm going to show you guys how to make a great diabetic friendly Easter basket. I'll also take this opportunity to tell you why I've chosen certain things to go in the Easter basket. Now, first it's important to point out that I'm actually making an Easter basket for an adult, not a child, but the same principles will apply to making an Easter basket for a child as it will for an adult with regards to the foods that go into the Easter basket. The first thing I figured I would do is I would get a basket. This is a metal, it's like a stretched metal basket with pretty Easter designs. It's very manly. So my friend Ed should really enjoy this. And then what I decided to get him as a diabetic is a water bottle that he can carry around with him. It is just a green plastic water bottle, something that will carry 19 ounces of water to help him keep hydrated and drink. This one I just got at our local Five and Dime. I also picked up at the Five and Dime these awesome little airtight containers, glass jars. I have washed it out and filled it with xylitol. You can see in here, xylitol. It's a nice little, it's got a rubber gasket so it keeps it nice, tight, and dry. Keeps it fresh. Now xylitol, for those of you who don't know, is a natural sweetener. It is better for you than sugar. In fact, it was used long before the production of processed sugar by Native American Indians. They used to use branches from birch tree to brush their teeth. It helped fight cavities and dental problems, gingivitis. They also found that by using the birchwood branches and chewing on them, it would help children with things like ear infections, which they didn't suffer from very often. Xylitol comes from two different sources. It comes from the birchwood tree or corn. Since corn grows more rapidly, that makes it the more eco-friendly version of xylitol because it takes birchwood trees a lot longer to grow. Now for us, if we're going to use xylitol from corn, it's important that we use it from an organic source, not a GMO corn. So we've got our xylitol sweetener, I'll put with the water bottle, and I'm going to bring up another xylitol item I have here. This is called Xyla candy. It is made with xylitol, and it is naturally sugar-free candies. This one is Grape Escape. It's really delicious stuff. It's in a little like almost Andes tin breath mint container. And not only is it delicious, it's a nice little piece of grape candy, but it's also really good for your teeth. The use of xylitol actually helps your tooth enamel grow back. It actually fights cavities. The health benefits of using xylitol are just limitless. However, we like to use xylitol in moderation because too much xylitol, it's like eating too many strawberries. They have some very grave effects, if you know what I'm saying. And you will know if you try a little too much xylitol. But it's really good to use as a sweetener, say with your coffee or your tea. 1 teaspoon, mix it in. Hot liquids, it dissolves really well, it sweetens very well. And it's much better than things like aspartame, sucralose, saccharin, things that are scientifically inconclusive when it comes to causing things like brain tumors and cancer. Now, for the sweet tooth individual, much like myself, I think that a pack of sugar-free gum is the way to go. And if you're particularly fond of sweets, I would say go with something fun. This right here is actually a mint chocolate chip gum. There is a company that actually does make xylitol specific mint chocolate gum that's really delicious. This, however, they're using sucralose. There are a lot of gum companies that are switching to using xylitol instead of sucralose because of its health benefits for your teeth. So for the sweet tooth individual who likes chocolate, I would throw in some mint chocolate chip gum. It is delicious. As we've discussed in other videos, you know, I say discuss like we're talking about it, but the truth is, I haven't heard you guys say anything. So as I've mentioned in my other videos, raw agave nectar. This is a natural sweetener also. It is processed to get the nectar out of the plant, of course, but it is a natural sweetener. It is low on the glycemic index, and it is your friend as a diabetic. So I'm going to give this to my friend for Easter so he can learn how to use that with his teas and his coffees. You can even bake with this stuff. I am also going to include a package of raw almonds. These are non-salted. Research shows that people who eat at least 10 almonds a day, don't eat too many, but at least 10 a day, actually helps lower your bad cholesterol and raise your good cholesterol. They have some really good health benefits. I go with raw because of the enzymes, and it's easier to find raw that have not been salted. But if you're going to buy roasted, I always recommend getting unsalted because, number one, my flavor preference. But number two, too much salt, bad sodium, boom. You're going to shoot your sodium levels through the roof. Not good. For the health-conscious individual, I'm also going to throw in a box of green tea. Again, the folks at Purdue have done some amazing research in the field of green tea, and they show that drinking 4 or 5 cups a day of green tea actually helps fight cancer-causing cells. It has a lot of other health benefits, and the truth is that you just can't overdo it with green tea. And when you drink green tea, this actually counts towards your water consumption, and as a diabetic, that is very good. A deck of cards. Now my friend is going to be in the hospital for a couple of days, so a deck of cards will actually help keep him entertained. For a child, I would say throw in a stuffed animal, a fun game, a video game even. Something that spices it up and takes away from the fact that there aren't any real chocolates in there. Unless you decide to go with your sugar-free candies. For me personally, I do not like these, but for this particular individual, he may enjoy them. If I eat too many of these, then, well, let's just say it's like eating too much xylitol. Not good. I'm also going to throw in some peppered beef jerky. Now, there is salt in beef jerky. For those of us who are working on a high-protein, low-carbohydrate diet, this is a pretty handy snack. And provided you control your salts throughout the day, the amount of salt you get through a serving of jerky, minimal at best. For my friend, I'm also going to include some cinnamon supplements. Research shows that cinnamon actually helps the body metabolize carbohydrates and sugars better, helping to maintain a lower blood sugar level. There is also some research that shows that it has a lot of other health benefits that I'm not going to get into in this tape, but I strongly encourage you to look into it. It is a natural supplement. And I think that no Easter basket would be complete without just a little bit of produce. That being said, I'm going to give him 1 Gala apple, 1 Brayburn apple, and 1 orange. What are we waiting for? Let's put the basket together. And here you have it, folks. Our diabetic basket just packed with goodies, ready to go. So it is my sincere hope and prayer that diabetes does not ruin your Easter holiday. Remember, the point of the Easter holiday is not to have goodies and chocolates. That's just a bonus. He is risen. And until next time, this is Diabetic Daddy 76 saying so long, stay healthy, and have a happy Easter.